Hey guys, what's going on? It is Nick here from the Suns Stand, and today we've got a very important video. It is not regarding the men's AFL team. This is regarding the women's AFL team and the coaching role. Now the coaching role was obviously a role that needed to be filled at the end of last year's AFL women's season. Obviously, with the departure of Cameron Joyce last season after a disappointing year, especially considering the year before that's results. But in saying that, the Gold Coast have just made an incredible signing for that coaching role, and that signing is Reece Shaw. Now we know that Reece Shaw has been in and around the Gold Coast setup for a couple of years now, and now he's set to take on a full-time role as the head coach with the AFL Women's. Now this is a history-making move because Reece Shaw has now become the first ever coach to have been in a full-time head coach role both in the men's AFL and the women's AFL level. Now let's take a look into it. So Shaw spent 2 seasons at North Melbourne as the senior coach between 2019 and 2020, and is now taking over, obviously, after the departure of Cameron Joyce. As I said, he will take on the mantle as the first person to lead an AFL team and an AFL women's program on a full-time basis. He's signed a 4-year contract to put him through to 2028 as the Gold Coast Suns AFL women's coach. Gold Coast had approached Reece Shaw, if you're in and around the club, quite a lot. It was a lot of, as soon as we knew that Cameron Joyce was going to leave, when at the later end of last season, we kind of knew that Reece Shaw was asked to take over, but he was uncertain. He didn't know what was on offer for him coming into the 2025 season, either with the Suns or outside of the Suns. But the club made inroads after everyone returned from Christmas break, and he was determined to come back into a coaching role. Reece spoke to the media on Wednesday following the official announcement, and he said, "I really want to coach again. I am a coach, and I want to do a great job for this football club. It was a really difficult time for me at North Melbourne. I don't shy away from that. I had my own personal issues going on. There were some football factors and club factors, and in the end, we went our separate ways. The path that led me to where I am now helped me get through that, and the academy has been a fantastic platform to help me find myself as a coach again." Reece spent the last 4 seasons with the Suns in a development role, but most recently enjoyed significant success as the director of coaching within the club, and especially in the club's academy program. He's played a key role in the academy, producing the 4 first-round selections in 2023 that were Jed Walter, Jake Rogers, and Will Graham. And then obviously another top 10 pick last year in Leo Lombard. So I feel like this is a huge role for not only the club's progression in AFL Women's, but also just for the club in general. I feel like some of the most successful clubs are the clubs that do well in both competitions, which are those Victorian clubs. And if we can do well in both competitions, both clubs push finals, it's a lot of revenue gained for us. If you aren't really that familiar with AFL Women's, the home and away season, you generally don't get much crowds. But when you get into the finals, that's when the crowds start building. Not only because it's finals time for the AFL Women's, but because generally when it comes to AFL Women's finals, the men's season has completely finished, and people want to watch some football, which is sad. But hopefully, as a club, we want to see the club have success, and we'll get to all the games anyway. Whether you watch it from home or you are able to get to the games, we always find a way to watch it. And I personally believe, now a couple of years ago, we were either in finals, in and around finals. It's been a bit of a roller coaster sort of AFL Women's start for the Gold Coast Suns. We've had good seasons, then we've had seasons where we've just been terrible, like last season. But I feel like now we've got a coach that knows what he's doing. Clearly a good development coach, with our academy and the way that he's able to teach kids and teach players. And with one of the gripes that I have with the AFL Women's is that every roster is continuously changing. Like, nobody stays at a club for more than 2 years, which is terrible, by the way. I hate it. They should be able to lock in players for as long as they want. It'll be really good. Risha will be able to teach these kids really quickly, really fast, really efficient, and get the best out of them. But this is all I've got for today. I genuinely feel like the Gold Coast Suns are going to push for a premiership in 2025 for the AFL Women's. I'd love to see them push for a premiership in 2025 for the men's, but finals is just the goal. You don't expect to win a premiership without playing finals. So finals is the first step. Get that final experience and then push the following year. But have a good one, guys, and peace.